If you come to this property and you get assailed by two horse-like creatures, one is called Gigi and one is called Duke, they're hardly the best watchdogs in the world. Why do you have two massive Great Danes, which probably cost more to feed than any other breed of dog in the world? I mean, they're mascots. I mean, their pictures pop up on that screen behind us from time to time.
I'm a great admirer of the Oyster Box in Umhlanga. I've been a client there, and I just find that where they get it right is that a hotel can also have a personality. A hotel doesn't have to be just stuffy and boring, and there's a room and a key and be quiet, Mr. or Mrs. Guest. Interact with us. Come have fun. Come have the service. Have an environment that is more representative of an experience as opposed to just a bed.
The hotel trade seems to have lost that, broadly speaking. I mean, Sol Kerzner got that. Sol Kerzner, who the Sun King, of course, massively controversial in his time, but created dreamlike places, created dreamlike experiences. We then went into highly functional, very sanitized hotel experiences. It was all about cost cutting. Are you breaking that mold?
So in some ways we are. The Capital Hotel Group is all about business travel, that we cut out a lot of the frills. We pass on the savings to our clients in the form of better rates generally than the market. And where we're at today is called the Ivy Villa Hotels and Spa. And the Ivy is all about five-star experience, where we've got the dogs and we've got actually all the frills. And that's why we had to make it a separate entity from the Capital. It's called the Ivy, and it is all about, as you say, the experience. It's all about saying, let's make sure that we take the truest personality of just decluttering that stuffiness of the boring hotels.
My Uber driver today says, "Oh, you come here to this place, the Capital Hotel Group. Oh, they're taking over the world." In reality, you've got 9 properties. But because you're concentrated in Sandton and you're highly visible in Sandton, your brand's all over the place, certainly the image in Gauteng is one of global dominance. But it's only 9 properties. I mean, during the last decade or so, you've bought and sold 12 other properties as well. But you've also got a vision for expansion. And again, a vision for expansion in an environment where people aren't that keen on investment. What gives you the confidence that the next decade can be better than the last decade? Because you only make these sorts of investments on that basis, surely.
So I think that is why we're so present, is that a hotel is a limited inventory model. You only have X amount of rooms to sell every night. And to go and market and spend money and create a big brand presence when you only have X hotel rooms to sell is silly at some point. But we're not looking at it at the short term. We're saying we're building a foundation to have 40 hotels in our group in 7 years' time is our current bid, and we're opening 2 hotels a year, and we're expanding that into 3 hotels a year and 4 hotels a year. So we need to do the marketing, and we need to build a foundation today that holds us for the future, not just about today. And why we're doing that is that still fundamentally in South Africa there is a shortage of great hotels. When you go into, like I said, Nelspruit and Bloemfontein are the next ones that we acquired, the same hotels have been there for the last 10 years. There have been very few entrants into the market. What new entrants there are as far as I'm concerned, missing the point of it of delivering value ultimately for clients in a world that is budgets are very, very tight at the moment. So business travelers are saying, I need to spend less and less each year, actually. You've got government with rate caps on their spend. But they're saying, but that doesn't mean I have to have a room that is terrible, that I can't sleep, that...
No, all of that. Yeah. I mean, but there's also a very clear indication that, I mean, one looks at the Leonardo, Africa's tallest building, 55 stories, opening for business, they assure us, from about the middle of November when the first residents will move in. The lights are on at night now, so they're doing lots of work there. There is another statement, another investment in the future. We went to the top of the building the other day, and it's truly magnificent. But they're mothballing 10 floors of hotel rooms because they are saying, we're not quite ready to launch those just yet. What is your sense of business travel, the economy of South Africa in terms of the hotel trade? Because it's a great barometer for economic activity.
We're seeing that our hotel occupancy has remained very good.
At one stage, you were hitting 80%, which is almost unprecedented.
Correct.
I'm assuming you're a bit
We're
below
probably
that now.
down to about 75% now, but that's also because we've put more and more stock on in our own hotels. But per hotel, our occupancy is actually fine. What we're finding pressure on is that we can't pass rates, inflationary increase to our clients year on year, probably since Nenegate, since December 2015. I remember it very well because it was my birthday party, and all my friends started looking at the rand going through 15, if I'm not mistaken. And on that day, the bubble burst, and we found that rate increases for our hotel clients were just not there anymore. And actually, there's a bit of a price war that exists today in the world
So
of
how
hotels.
does that get better now? Because a lot of people can't see it getting better, but you are making serious financial commitments to it getting better.
Not really, not really. We've always designed our hotels backwards. We've always said, what is the client prepared to pay, and what do we need to deliver therefore as a result? And I'm a great admirer of Legacy and what they've done, and I think Bart is an incredible pioneer, and what he's built in Africa, 55 stories, is incredible. But ultimately, you've got to then sell that room on the 55th floor to someone who's prepared to pay a higher price. And business travelers today are not prepared to pay a higher price. So, there's got to be a market of leisure that's got to come and fill that.
Are you seeing it coming? I mean, our visa regulations, Tito Mbowene's document, which he released recently, talks about we need to relax the visa controls, all of that sort of stuff. It's a perfectly logical, common sense document, which then has to filter through the rest of government. And a lot of South Africans are just so fed up with government. But you're seeing common sense prevailing, I suspect.
Yeah, my economic view at the moment is that what Cyril Ramaphosa is doing at the moment is incredible. I think he's getting us right. I think Tito, I think everyone's getting us right. But I'm worried about this debt spiral with the 500 billion.
440, be fair.
440, okay, that's not too bad.
It's 500 soon with interest, but it's coming.
But that's the point, is if you can't service your interests, just the interest on the interest creates a debt spiral, and that 440 sooner rather than later is 500 and then 600. That is my single biggest concern. And I don't know whether that can be overcome. Besides for that, I think that we're getting things right in this country. I think we're chipping away quite nicely and we're on the right track.
Marc Washberger, we'll leave it there, but thank you very much. Banker turned hotelier and developing and currently operating 9 properties with a vision for 40 over the next 5 years within the group. It's a big, hairy and audacious goal. We like ambitious individuals. From the Ivy in Sandton, on the Capital Hotel Group, I'm Bruce Whitfield. Thank you so much for watching Taking Stock on ENCA. Good night.